Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have Oceana Leblanc with us, and Oceana was on with us, many years ago. I think when we were first starting out. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oceana she works with two types of things, plus meditation. She is a master mindset coach and a high priestess. So you cover a lot of different bases, the more ethereal, right? And then the down-to-earth coaching, getting somebody in the mindset. When did you start doing this?
Oh, I've been doing many moving parts over the years, and now I finally, have settled on those are like what I call umbrella terms. There's a lot of things I do, but those are sort of the, the title of it, and then we get into detail.
So when I first met you, I went to a meditation class you had in Grafton. You're not still there, I don't think.
No, I haven't been publicly teaching since the pandemic, but I've been doing a lot of classes online.
Online, through Zoom.
Yep.
Type of thing. And I was asking you earlier, how are people hearing about you? Because that's so important.
Yeah, it really is. I've been doing this work for 20 years. Pretty much. And so for the last, ever since Facebook became a thing, probably 2004, 2005, I started on Facebook. I have about somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 followers. And so people have gotten to know me. There are people that have known me for years. And so I've developed a following, and people come and join my membership group.
Now, master mindset coach, did you take classes for this, or it just came naturally?
I have a certification as a life coach, and then I specialize in working with people's mindset, because what you think about and talk about is truly what you create in your life. And I'm also in the process of being certified in emotional freedom techniques, which is a way to reprogram your stinking thinking, right? And really start to heal old trauma, and to get into the present moment, and really actually change your life. It's a wonderful, wonderful.
EFT.
Yeah, EFT.
There's another one out called EBT.
Oh, really?
I went to one of those workshops. And I don't want to say I was bored on that. Then I went to one on tapping. Have you seen this? They teach you to
That's what EFT is.
Oh, okay, so you do the tapping too.
It's tapping.
That was before I had major surgery. There's a gal over in Northborough. I didn't know you did it. And then I went to her, and she was we were sitting in Pantera. What's that called, that place where you eat?
Panera.
We were sitting there, and she was explaining to me how it works. Now, can you imagine being another customer sitting there watching two women going, together?
Right.
I felt like a nut. But it was fun.
Yeah. It's what it is with acupuncture. With acupuncture, they heal, right, with the needles, and how that works is they're working with the electrical flow of the life force energy that moves around the meridians in the body. And so rather than poking, it works along the same methodology in a way. It's the same idea. So you're tapping out places that are stuck in the body according to the energy meridians of what makes us animated beings.
Now, when you do it online, I tried doing one of those physical meditation type of classes where I have a small home office, and I tried to do everything that she was showing. I've had her on the show. She's terrific. But I can't do it in my office. It's too small if it's physical.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough space.
Yeah.
What do people usually do when do they call you to get an appointment online?
Yeah, they email me or they message me on social media.
How do they get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me at goddessoceana.com or Goddess Oceana on Facebook or Goddess Oceana on Instagram. And email. My email is goddessoceana@gmail.com. It's pretty simple. It's always the same. It's
Yeah.
goddess with 2 D's and 2 S's. And Oceana is just ocean, like the ocean,
Yeah.
with an A at the end.
Yeah, and was that your given name at birth? Were you?
No. When
Okay.
I was initiated as a high priestess, I took a new spiritual name. So my legal name is Judy, but people have been calling me Oceana for about 15 years.
I like it. It's great, you know. And I was telling her about the her last name. I went to a school in Wilbraham, Mass, near Springfield, and I believe there was a guy in my class named Larry LeBlanc. That's
Uh-huh.
where I'd heard the name.
Yeah.
Tell us about the kind of people who would look to have your mindset coaching. What are they?
Anybody who's struggling to with thoughts that they don't want to have, or anxiety, old sort of traumatic events that they can't seem to move past, if they want to change a habit, if they want to lose weight, if they want to succeed at something, if they want to feel better about themselves. Self-worth is a big one that I work with in all areas of my business.
I'll bet you during this pandemic, there's been a huge uptake on stress and anxiety.
Yes, there really has.
Oh.
There have been a lot of people. And trauma, people are finally addressing their trauma. And it's something that has been really difficult for people over probably since time began. First trauma is like a dinosaur chasing you, right?
Yep.
And then all the way to accidents and people being war, you name it. And trauma doesn't have to be that big of a for some people, if they're sensitive, a trauma could just be being yelled at repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trauma.
Yep.
And that trauma response lives in the body. So it affects the primal brain, which is at the back of the head, and it's not a conscious thought. It's like a body reaction. So it's really uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And EFT can bring about changes in the ability to really let go. During the process of the tapping, the body releases the trauma. It's painless. It's probably the most gentle and wonderful and easy process. And then before you know it, you're back in the moment. You're no longer reactive to things that you can't control, the reactivity.
Yeah, that's a tough one. God grant me the serenity, the things I cannot control, to accept
Exactly.
that. To change the things, well, what can we change? Us, right?
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So do people come from a certain age group or location or everywhere?
Everywhere. Because I'm online, I work with people all over the world. And time differences can be a little challenging, really far away. But I do work with people all over. I mean, I have clients from the West Coast. It's mostly the U.S. for me, but I have had clients from Europe and Thailand. And right now I run a membership group on Facebook and
A membership
over
what?
Zoom. It's a membership group for women.
Oh, group. I thought you said cruise. I'm
No.
like, no, not
That
right
sounds
now.
nice, but
No.
not right now.
No.
But it's a group, and it's for women who want to have more confidence and to learn how to manifest things in their lives that they really desire. And it's a really wonderful, wonderful group. I've been having women signing up more and more. Like, it's picking up. I'm surprised at the response.
When do you have the group? When's it going to meet?
It's ongoing, and so women can join at any time. There's a 3-month minimum length of time because there's some deep sharing. We have sacred space, sacred circle on the Zoom call, and we do some fun things like casting spells, and working with magic. And right now we're doing a journey through the chakras, which is the body's energy centers, and clearing old behaviors. And just like last night, we had a group, and we're on the 3rd chakra. So working with personal boundaries and empowering our, will, because I specialize in working with women. And the challenges that I am passionate about helping women with are low self-worth, low self-confidence, and not having what they want because they're afraid of their own desires, or they're so busy taking care of everyone around them that they just don't go for what they want.
Caregivers burnout, right?
Caregivers burnout, and so many women suffer from this.
Yeah.
And so that is the major thing that I work on with women.
How long does it take to sign up with you? How long is it online? The group or any of your classes?
It's online all the time. Like,
it's ongoing.
Yes. So I've had women in there for 3 years. I've had women that just started this week, and some leave for a while and come back for, so it's like a monthly membership. And we have 2 calls a month. We have a lot of files and guides and materials they can access. And then we have challenges. I just started a big decluttering challenge. That's a 7-day free challenge. It's on Facebook, and it's a lot of fun. And I teach people the art of placement, Feng Shui.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've heard that when you buy a house or you've got a house, don't walk in and immediately have the stairs in front of you.
Right.
What does that do? Block?
What it does is the chi, the life force energy that comes in, goes straight up. So it's kind of the bottom floor, the main level, doesn't get this energy flow. And stagnant energy is not healthy.
Yeah.
If we don't have fresh air, and it's the same with energy. Energy doesn't flow, then it kind of gets stagnant and blocked in the home. And what that does is, because we live there, it affects us. And it blocks our energy. So I've had people do things. It's really incredible, Jan. I had someone once who was just frustrated because her boyfriend of 6 years that she was living with had not asked her to marry him yet. And she really wanted him to, but wasn't happening. And so I went to her house. She was in Connecticut. And this was years ago. And I looked around and I looked in the relationship area, because the Feng Shui is, the house is broken into 9 areas, and each area corresponds to a different part of our lives. One is relationship, one is creativity, one is travel, like that, one is health. So I looked in her relationship area, and I could see there was nothing in there that really was going to cultivate that energy. So I had her do one simple thing. I had her put her a photograph of her and her boyfriend together, actually, and I had her pair up some objects rather than have them apart, because she wanted that coupleness.
Yeah.
A week later, he proposed. They now have a child.
Yes.
It's really powerful. It's really powerful. It's exciting and fun.
Work with the stones and the crystals?
Gemstones and crystals, yes.
Now, what's the meaning behind the crystals, the different colors?
Different crystals are different gemstones. So you have various gemstones, just like there are various animals, right? And each one has its own personality, its own qualities. And the thing about stones is that they're very, 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 very old, and they're very dense and solid. And that density, along with the energy in them, holds that energy much more in a more stable way than we as people can hold our energy.
Right.
So our moods change, and our feelings, and everything's changing with people. So if we want, like, say you've got sadness and you want to feel more calm and healed, you would get some rose quartz, because that's the energy that it holds. And if you hold it on you or keep it near you, like at night or during the day, then because it's a stable energy, your energy field begins to resonate to it, and it retrains your energy field to resonate to a different vibration, because we're all made up of vibration.
Yeah.
And so, depending on the gemstone's qualities, we can really heal or change our lives.
Right. The thing that you were mentioning about how the body reacts to the negative emotions and all, I've been reading a lot lately about, they call it the mind-gut response,
Yeah,
and that the body never forgets.
right.
So if you had something as a kid,
Yep.
God help you as you get older if you haven't,
If
and
you
you may
haven't
carry it with you.
if you haven't dealt with it, yeah. And that's the EFT as well, because the body's holding it, and it's a way, the tapping is a way to release it
Mhm.
through the energy field and out of, get the meridians. I like to say it's getting the meridians unclogged, because if something's blocked in your energy field, like you're still holding it, like you said,
Yeah.
then the flow isn't there, and it gets more and more dense and eventually becomes dis-ease or disease or illness. And so the way to get that pipe uncorked
Yeah.
is to tap on it in the right places, but also using the mind and the voice to release the specific thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how EFT works, sort of. And also a lot of other energy work, just getting a healing. When I was doing in-person healing sessions for energy work and Reiki, that's also another way to address that.
Are you ever called to hospice or palliative care?
I have worked with people who are either dying or in a coma or having a medical crisis. And I have worked energetically with them.
Where are you based? Are you still in Grafton?
Yeah, I'm like less than 10 minutes from here.
Oh, that was quick. What, you just came out at 140?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many times through the years I'll go back and forth. That new library in Grafton is amazing.
Isn't it gorgeous? We're so excited about it. We're so
We're
excited.
going to have one, too. They're starting to build it right over here.
Oh, it's
That would be great.
phenomenal.
Oceana, how can they reach you again?
Again, you can reach me at goddessoceana.com. That's GODDESSOCEANA.com, or Goddess Oceana on Facebook or Instagram, or goddessoceana@gmail.com. You can email me.
There's one N in Oceana.
Yes.
One N. She's a master mindset coach and also as a high priestess. Were you interested in this as a teen?
Yeah, I started dabbling in esoteric, the mystical arts, when I was about 15.
Okay, I think when I was in summer camp, about 11 or 12, we had a cabin buddy there, and she introduced us to astrology.
Yeah.
Ever since I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. People say, oh, do you base your life on it? Not really. I just kind of listen to it a little bit. And
Yeah.
then there's Eastern astrology. So let me see. I'm a Leo in American Western astrology I'm a rabbit in Chinese astrology.
Yeah.
A bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you know? Have you ever done that for yourself?
Yes. I know a lot about my astrological chart, and one of the reasons why is because I work with planetary placements when I do magical workings.
Yeah.
The planets are actually pretty powerful and pretty important.
Yeah.
Without the moon, our tide wouldn't move. Without the sun, we wouldn't be here.
Well, you ever
And-
watch the moon placements? I get the schedule online. I think right now we just came out of Aries. We might be in Taurus.
We're in Taurus until 2-something, so it's shifting right about now.
And then God help us, we're going into retrograde, I think on the 14th.
Yeah.
I hate Mercury retrograde.
you?
My life has been affected by that. I was born during a full moon.
Wow.
And I read somewhere, maybe you could clarify this.
I was too. This
Yeah,
is
if you're born
interesting.
a full moon, it doesn't bother you that much.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, people hear Mercury retrograde, and there is very much a sort of a cultural excitement about it. Like, oh, things are going to break, and appointments will be changed,
Yeah.
and
Delays.
delays.
Oh.
But I've learned as I've studied more and more to actually enjoy the retrograde.
You
And
do?
I'll tell you how. Yes.
Okay.
The way to do it is to realize that it's an opportunity to reset and review. So it's sort of this window of time where you get to comb through all the things that you did or are planning and get out the kinks and fix them and sort of polish them up, fluff them up, right? So say you've already done your taxes, but you haven't handed them in yet, and you still have time. In a retrograde, you can actually go through and find the mistakes and improve it. You know, that kind of thing.
She's so correct, because I read somewhere where even though things happen, delays, God, you know, things get mixed up. At the same time, they recommend, as you do, to take that opportunity, and that's kind of slow and nothing, you know, don't sign any contracts.
Right, do not sign
No,
contracts.
think
Not
it
an avoid a
through.
moon either.
Right, you know, you can. How about your family? Do they enjoy this? Do they know what you're doing?
Absolutely. They're
have
very
kids?
supportive.
Do you have children?
I have a 21-year-old son who's absolutely charming, wonderful, and the light of my life. And I have an amazing husband, amazing.
Yeah.
And they're both they're very much, I would say, supportive, encouraging, and tolerant. You know, but they've just, you know, they just understand that's who I am, and they haven't known any different. I've been with my husband over 30 years, so he's used to
When
me.
you graduated from high school, did you know what you were going to do? Did you go to college?
I did.
Where'd you-
I was going to be a singer.
A singer?
And, yeah, I had already had a scholarship to a conservatory that I'd gone to before I graduated high school, and then I started performing in bands, and I sang operetta, and I had studied voice for years and years. And then I went to Berklee College of Music, got a degree, met my husband, and through a chain of events, actually my own personal trauma, I stopped singing for a while because it affected my voice. And during that time, what I did was I started going deeper into the things that I had done for work and also been studying throughout my life as a sort of a side thing, you know, because I had already been teaching yoga, I had already been doing psychic readings and tarot readings
Oh,
and
tarot, that's fun.
energy healing. I had already done that on the side, but the music was my main thing.
Yeah.
And it was one of those pivots that it was painful at first, you know, it was a loss. And then as I worked through it, I began to realize that this other hobby, I called it a hobby, but it was so much part of me. And I had invested so much of my life studying the esoteric arts and just hadn't been aware because it was just like breathing to me. I just was naturally inclined. And so raising my son and homeschooling him, I just dove much deeper and I began to take it seriously. And so that's what I do now.
You did a lot. That is a
Yeah.
Now, is there a certain fee for what they might want to do with you, you know, for the classes?
Yeah, online, the monthly membership is $108 a month, which is actually quite low for what they're getting. I'm basically mentoring women in there to do much of what I do. I'm really looking now to create leaders. You know, because I'm at an age where I want to leave a legacy and I want this to expand. I want the healing to continue with women. And so that's one thing that I do. I make an appearance every month at a metaphysical shop in Melrose, Zuzu's Healing Arts, and I do readings there, and that's much, you know, it's a very small fee.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, for people to kind of meet me, get to know me, and get a chance to experience a reading. And then for my coaching, I do packages. You know, so if somebody was to purchase a package of several, you know, over like 6 to 8 weeks, it would be $700. But that's like including, you know, support all throughout. It's not just the calls, and it's more about the tremendous change that takes place for people during that time. It's pretty quick, and it's very empowering.
There is a shop down in Uxbridge. God help me, I forgot. Something magic.
Touch of Magic. I love Deborah that owns it. It's a wonderful shop. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I was zooming by
I've
it on the way
taught
down to
there.
Woonsocket, and I'm like, there it is. It's actually in a White House.
Yes.
On the right.
It's a gorgeous old building. It's
Yeah.
beautiful in there. The women that work there are phenomenal. The owner is just absolutely lovely. I've taught classes. I did a glamour magic class there. I think I did a course about money. There are readers there. all kinds of fun stuff going on there. They have so many talented psychics and healers.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out when I was introduced to tarot cards. I don't remember that at all. But there's a rule that you shouldn't read your own cards for yourself.
Oh, really?
I heard it somewhere, and I'm not sure. I want to ask you, is that for
I
real?
would say no. I would say it's actually, I encourage people to read their own cards. I encourage them to look at the cards. Like if you're going to make a choice about something or a decision, or you're going to, it's really good to do a divination to just see where the energy's heading and whether you want to pursue it or if you want to do it a little differently.
We've got about 5 minutes left. I have a big book at home. You probably love it. I don't know if I got it at a yard sale or a book sale or whatever, but I grabbed it. It's the birthday of everybody, the day and the month, not the year, but the day and the date, like August 16th. Okay, so you can go through everybody's birthday and into detail, and then it has a tarot card that is the symbolic for that. I was not happy when I saw mine is the thing where they're all following out of the building.
Tower.
The tower, and it says that it big things happen, and changes happen in your life. It's true, but it looks god awful. It looks I would rather have had the priestess or the sun or the moon, but no, I had to have this tower of people falling out of it. Oh my God! Did you ever do yours?
I use tarot cards all the time.
Yeah. It's fun. It is a lot of fun. Do you ever do tarot parties for people?
I used to do them a lot.
Yeah.
It's what's challenging for me, I have to be honest, is that I have done and learned and practiced so many things over the last 45 years.
Yeah.
That I can't do them all because I only have 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah.
So that's part of why I created this membership group, because in there I can continue to bring women on this journey and offer so many things there.
Definitely. This mindset coaching, people say, well, there's so many coaches out there. How do you pick one? What do you think?
I think when you really feel a connection with somebody, you just feel drawn to it, you really need to pay attention to that. I think if you see somebody you're kind of like not feeling it, then it might not be a good match. I think it's important to see what other people are saying, to notice how long have they been doing it, and whether they get results. Because as anything, you wouldn't just go to any old doctor to operate on your brain.
Oh yeah, I know. This is so great because you hit it right on the head. That people can get to know you first. See if what you're offering is something that they really relate to. I think that's great. One more time, how can they get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me on Facebook at Goddess Oceana, or Instagram at Goddess Oceana. My email is goddessoceana@gmail.com, and my website is goddessoceana.com.
So when you're on Instagram and other places like that, how do you insert yourself into it? Is it quick? Is it easy to do? This is me and this is what I do?
Yeah, it is. You just open an account.
How much is that? How much is it?
Free. Instagram and Facebook are free.
Instagram is free?
Absolutely, and it's so much fun, and it's very wonderful.
You just get on and say, hi, I'm so and so, and this is what I do. And
Jen, I will give you a lesson. I would love to show you how to get on Instagram. It's beautiful. It's a lot of photography and videos, and wonderful people.
Let's start. My husband is a photographer. Ooh. And he did beautiful work. He was in the gallery in Westboro before it closed, but boy, I mean, there's so much talent out there.
Yeah, there is.
Well, we're going to have to close. I'm going to get you back again. I think there's so many questions you could ask her.
I would love that.
Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time and be my guest.
Thank you so much.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems.